First of all, welcome. Thank you for joining me for this interview today. I appreciate it so much. And I want before we're going to jump into everything right away. So, can you share with us the type of business that you have for people that may not know? I know it's in the title, but just in case.
So I own a formalwear shop. I dress everybody from wedding dresses, quinceañera, prom, homecoming, mother the bride, mother the groom, tuxedos. You name it, I pretty much can dress you for any of your special occasions.
Oh, I like that. Okay. And what made you decide on formal wear? What made you decide to make that a business for yourself?
So this shop, I actually own I own the oldest shop in Beloit. The shop's been here 31 years. It's changed names, but it's always been a bridal shop. It was something that it was a calling. I bought my wedding dress from here, and she was ready to retire. And I kind of popped back in 2 years later and asked her, and she was still ready to sell it. So I went home and pitched it to my husband, and here we are 4 years later.
Wow, that is interesting. You bought the wedding dress from a place you own. Who knew?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's neat. That's a good one there. Okay. What was the key factor in growing your business?
So the previous owners did not carry prom. And there's nowhere to shop for prom. I was a pageant mom before I was a beauty queen. So finding dresses for the younger girls was hard. So when I got it, that was definitely something that I wanted to bring in. Prom was important, and mother the brides, because there's not many places to shop. So.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. What type of marketing works best for you?
I was with the shop being here for 30 years. I call it big mouth advertising. I use a lot of word of mouth. Definitely online, Facebook, Instagram. With me being Mrs. Rock County, that kind of helps me make sure other pageant queens and systems know about me as well.
Oh, that's good, because you got background in it, so you know what people are looking for, what type of dresses and formal wear and everything that is needed. So that's really good.
Yep,
I like that. Does it get stressful?
You're planning somebody's wedding or their big events. Yes, it definitely the pros outweigh the cons. But yes, it can definitely be stressful.
Okay. And how do you handle that stress? Like, what are some things you do to relieve the stress?
Well, I work out. I definitely have a group of girlfriends that help me out and help me keep things in order as well. I've reached out to the previous owners, okay, how would you handle this? But overall, I just try to talk through it, and it's one event. It's usually one thing's going to go wrong with one event. So I just try to make sure it's not everything. But just gotta work through it, and grace of God.
That's good. That's good. What is the most valuable lesson you've learned thus far?
Valuable lesson I've learned that you have to give yourself grace, and remind yourself. I have to remind myself, not everybody's going to walk in my shops and find the perfect dress or the perfect suit. But as long as I can help them find at least the style they're looking for, I've done my part. So giving myself grace, because when I first bought the shop, I was upset. I didn't sell it, but then, my mom be like, Tori, don't worry about it. And here comes the next person, and here they are, they bought a dress. So I had to learn to give myself grace and to understand that as much as I would love to dress everybody, you can't dress everybody. So
that makes sense too. So when looking for your location, what were the things you considered when searching for the right space? I know you said you already knew that shop was there. Was that a key factor, or did you look other places as well?
No, that was definitely a key factor. It's somewhere I'm located right on State Street, downtown Beloit. So I have an amazing location, and with it having been here for almost 31 years, it's an established business for the most part.
Oh, so good, then. I'm pretty sure you work with a team, but just in case, what are the key roles with your team? Like, what are the key people that you feel is most valuable? Well, everybody's valuable when it comes to a business, but what are the key things you look at when it comes to having certain people in certain roles?
My alterations team is important. My front manager, she's my best friend. She kind of helps me keeps things in order and keeps me going. My vendors, I try to make sure most of my vendors are Midwest located. So therefore my shipping time is a little less and shipping's a little less, the cost. And so definitely those that can help me run the shop of my seamstress. And I call her my right hand lady. She helps me make sure, if I'm not able to be here at the shop, that the phones are still being answered and the doors are still open.
That's good. There's one question I wanted to ask you outside of this next one I had. Okay, so you said you've been in business for 4 years, and I
Yes.
know when you're starting a new business, it doesn't always make money right away. How
Right.
was that process for you? And not wanting to, did you ever feel you want to give up when you feel like maybe you set a goal and you didn't make that goal or something like that?
So the only time I think I felt that I was ready to give up was in the middle of COVID. It hit smack dab right in the middle of my prom season, and it had been the second year I had owned it. So that was probably the one time, but I think it was just a mixture of emotions. I hadn't left the house, and I'm a busybody. I hadn't left the house, and my husband pulling up the driveway every day, and I'm like, I need to do something. But I think that was pretty much it. But I made it through it. I kept in contact with my brides. I forwarded the shop phone to my cell phone. I did my cute, classy check-ins. So that was really what pushed through. I know some stores, I'm in a Facebook group of other business owners or bridal shop owners and formalwear shop owners that, unfortunately, they didn't make it through COVID. I switched straight to by appointment. So that way, I was able to do one-on-one, which I like and going to stick with more of. Because I like the one-on-one instead of feeling like you're in a Macy's or somewhere. So, but I think that'd be the only time that I really felt like, okay, I sunk everything to it. It is not like this is not what I had planned, but it was nice. They all cheered me on. My husband was a big support and let me know, hey, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. So, but yeah, that'd be probably the one time.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned about COVID because I was talking to Sherry recently and she was saying you found a way to maintain your business through COVID, and a lot of people were not able to do that. So I'm glad you mentioned that. But I was going to ask that as well. So I'm glad you did mention how you maintained and how you were able to keep working during that difficult time for a lot of people. So
Yeah,
that's
especially
good.
because Wisconsin opened up before Illinois. So I had brides jumping borders. I felt like a bootlegger would come on it. Like, I'll fit you near. I'm calling my friends. Hey, I know your venue's open. I've got a bride that's coming from literally, I think the first we had was Peoria, and she moved her wedding all the way to Wisconsin, and I'm like, I got a bride that's moving stuff. I did all their suits. I helped out her already. I helped her get in contact with the store that had her dress, got her dress picked up. So I literally had brides jumping borders. And I feel like I'm doing something so wrong, but we were open before Illinois. So that definitely helped as well. But I made sure to let everyone know that I was still here and that, I'm holding their wedding dress or a formalwear dress. That's something you want to know, especially during scary times like that. So it definitely helped out, and standby appointment has kept my teams healthy, and I'm liking the one-on-one.
That's nice. So, last question.
Yes.
What do you see for yourself in the future regarding your business?
Well, I definitely want to grow it. I would love to have a second location. I haven't figured out where or how that's going to go yet. I'm increasing my plus size line. So my curvy chicks, I will be able to dress more for wedding gowns, everything across the board. I think everybody deserves to feel pretty. It doesn't matter what size you are. I'm the runt in my family, so everybody else is a little bit bigger than me. So they cringe when I go in the store and pick up something, and it kind of touched my soul that not everybody has that experience. So definitely that, expanding my men's wardrobe. So there's quite a few things that I'm just kind of trying to work out and leaving it, pray about it, let it go, and see how we roll with it.
I like that. So, where can they find your business and support you? You have a website, or you can give your address, phone number, whatever they need if they want to make an appointment.
So I am still currently by appointment. We do take walk-ins on Saturdays. We also have the farmers market right out front. We're located at 317 State Street. Literally, if you're coming from Rockford, it's Highway 2 all the way in. So there, or you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook. It's always Forever Beloit. You can message me on here, however it works for you. Either myself or Kelly will help you get you in and help you find the perfect outfit or dress.
Okay, everybody make sure you go and support Follow her on all her social medias. I'll make sure I go follow you on your other ones. I'm following you on Facebook. I'm following you on your
Thank
other ones as well. And I would like to thank you again for interviewing with me. I'm glad Sherry told me about you. When she told me, I was like, oh, I definitely want to interview her. So
Yeah, she
I'm
said that. I
glad
was
she
like,
told
"Well,
me.
come on."
Thank you so much for sharing and taking the time out your day to do
Yeah,
this interview
thank you
with
for the
me.
opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.